represent the Raiders and be paired with Veterans Village?
Yeah, these are really the highlights of what we get to do. When you can see an entity like Arnie's and the impact that they have in the community, and then when we get introduced to them and have the ability to donate some funds and throw an event like we did with his group, you know the impact is going to be deep, you know the impact is going to be meaningful, you know it's going to change and save lives. So it's humbling for me personally, and it's certainly an honor to represent the Raiders in doing it.
And you guys aren't officially here in Vegas until 2020, but you're already making an impact on this community in so many ways. I feel like we're always out doing pieces on you guys in the community. How important is it for you to get out there even before you guys are here?
That's pretty much in our DNA. It's nice of you to say that. We still have a very robust community department in the Bay Area, and we support causes all over the world. But obviously, coming into this community, we know there are a lot of needs. We've been contacted by a lot of very worthy causes and worthy organizations, and we'll do our best to hit as many of them as we can.
And as Arnie mentioned, the goal is to go worldwide with this. Do you think that obviously this is a step in the right direction, right? Either one of you.
I believe it is. We want to put Veterans Village as model in other cities across the United States, so we can respect our veterans and we can create housing models like this, where people can live in independence. And so we'll go anywhere. We've been to the White House. We shout out all over the country, and hopefully this type of event will really call national attention to this problem, that we should never mention the word homelessness and United States veteran in the same sentence.
And you kind of touched upon it in the press conference. Just how much does this mean to you to have the Raiders, do this and just be paired with them and just show so much interest in Veterans Village?
It's a huge shot in the arm for us, because what this does will attract other businesses and other people to say, well, if the Raiders did it and they're taking the lead, we want to be involved too. And that's our whole business model since we started. But this is a major shot in the arm to us today. We're very grateful for it.
And you said you're from Southern California. You've been a Raiders fan your whole life. Did you ever imagine this here in Vegas, the Raiders coming and, you're standing, it's just, is it kind of a dream come true for you?
Well, I do. I call them coffee shop thoughts. So I'm sitting in Starbucks when I first heard the Raiders were here, and I wrote it on a napkin. I'd love to be partners with them, knowing that that's a really lofty goal, and I never dreamt it would come to this. And so, like I said, they've been a blessing. They see our vision, and we want to make that a reality. And it unfolds here every single day. So we're all about positiveness. We're all about housing our vets and feeding them and making sure that they live a great life.
Mark, you talked about once you got in front of Arnie, the conversation stopped. What was it that inspired you more than anything else that you knew right away this was where you were going?
Well, I think you can tell his sincerity from the first moment that you meet him, and then you start to see the impact he has on lives, and you can talk to some of the veterans that have had their lives changed just by the experience here. And if you can't get behind that, there's something really wrong with you. So it was a natural fit for us. It was a great match, and it's going to be a long partnership.
And Arnie, what was it like when you got that phone call to know that you were going to be able to sit down with Mr. Badain and Mr. Davis and finally be involved with them?
It was incredible because I first sat down with a gentleman from the Raiders, and he says, "What do you need?" And I just threw it out there. And that's what we do a lot, because that's our vision. You throw your vision out there, and somebody says, "Hey, let's talk more." But when we got that phone call, it's sort of surreal to know that it's actually happening. So, yeah, it was surreal.